These two are on a date. These two are on a date, yeah. This is romantic, isn't it? Watching the end of the world. So romantic. It may be true, but others will struggle to believe it. I can scarcely believe it myself. The moon is a ship? Well, now I've heard everything. I should very much like to hear more of this extraordinary story. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiark was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. Ah! We're gonna take Doggo! It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of Aether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in the service of Heidelin's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? With a little preparation, it might be possible to traverse the gap on foot. Then again, it would be a long, long way down if one should slip. Perhaps another time. Naught could prepare me for the boundless beauty. Aetheris, shining, shimmering amidst a sea of stars. A blue sapphire, and but one of countless other jewels brimming with life, no doubt. So close and yet so far. Does not the harsh terrain remind you of somewhere we've been before? The Dravonian Forelands, aye. A place that rejects the intrusion of outsiders, where solitude reigns supreme. At the very least, it sounds suitable for Zodiark's prison. The place we seek is just ahead, at the Chloropos Grot. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient aether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Oh? We going into the cavern. Into the cavern we go. Into the cavern we go. Hi-ho the Mario. Into the cavern we go. Curious, this place doth call to mind Plaeni, home of the Numo, the guard of Zodiark's prison, eh? Blood-red eyes, slavering maw, and built like a behemoth, I'd imagine. Let's hope he's friendly. This entire cave is thrumming with ambient aether. Alas, any further analysis will have to wait. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongoi draw aether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoi along? Ah! Doggo! Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin's. Would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. Good doggo! As for your companions... Hey, they have their own doggos! I think I saw this scene on someone else's stream, but I didn't think about it. I remember seeing the doggo, but I think I saw like multiple. This flashed into my mind. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. I was expecting something a little more intimidating and less man's best friend. To whom would Heidelin entrust the command of so grand a vessel, I wonder? Dalamud has long been described as the loyal hound of Menfina due to its relation to the greater moon. Dalamud? It seems highly improbable, if not impossible, for ancient people to have known of Argos. But now I wonder whether there is some connection. What? Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness. But climb onto Argos's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the end of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not go all at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Yes, let's ride. I don't have control. Onward! Whee! I ride with the A malefic aether yet permeates from the crater, remnants of Zodiark most like. That's us! Ooh, new location. Just a little further. Oh, it's a door. This structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Amarotin. Oh, they made it! Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh? More doggos? But... Oh no! Oh. Most intriguing. A means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap. Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Stay here where it's safe, alright? If Argos is to remain without, let's not keep him waiting over long. I love Argos! Argos for the win! Oh, are these doors gonna open? Yo! Yo! Music stopped. Why music stopped? Ah! That's not intimidating at all. Oh, wow, there's more down here? Oh! There's an aether right here. Can I attune to this? There's no music. It's concerning that there's no music here. I love little Graha running after me. Its scale is reminiscent of Amarot, or rather, the replica we visited on the first. Truly a marvel beyond description. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This sus music.
静かだな。監視者の言ってた月のクルーとやらはどこだ?
Oh, these things! I've seen them in Zepla's stream. Like as an alert. I love that it's the anthem. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, why are they so cute? Moon bunnies!
親愛なるレポリットの皆様、ごきげんよう。
ごきげんよう。
1243回目の定期点検には少し早いですが、ご存知の通り、ゾディアークの消滅が確認されました。
So last no more. So matter of fact.
もって、月は檻としての役目を終了し、アーテリスの生命を運ぶ船となります。つまり、ついに私たちの出番ですわ。
They're adorable.
さあ、テキパキ準備を進めますわよ。人を受け入れられるよう各自持ち場の点検を、地上の彼らにも忘れずに信号を送ること。
I love that Heidelin made them.
質問はありませんわね。では、総員行動開始。
行動開始。Cute. Big uwu vibes. I love it. Thancred, you good?
なるほど。 彼らがハイデリンの作り師、月のクルー。人が馴染みやすいよう配慮されているのですね。
Cute. Yes. Is your heart eased, Oriange?
そうかもな。
Zekrod's like, I don't know about that. Oh my gosh, I love them! I will do all of their quests first. All of their side quests first. OMG! You a bunny. You an actual bunny. You an actual bunny. Wait, this music! Yo! Yo! Yeah. That was like a burst of nostalgia. Holy shizness. Bruh. This song. I find Oriange's reasoning somewhat flimsy, but the crew seems amicable enough. Given the present crisis, Heidelin doubtless sought to this song. Heidelin doubtless sought to facilitate cooperation betwixt pilot and passenger. Indeed, 'twould require a heart as hard as diamond to raise one's voice in anger to being possessed of such profound saccharinity. A hairy situation, really? They're trying to make up for all the doom and gloom that just happened. I'm trying not to think about the song too much. They must be the Loporrits mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader, though we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it. We've work over here to be getting on with. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at you, Skip! Yeah, there's... Cannot go and leave me. No. This is so pretty. Oh, what? These are not rabbits. The music! No, keep going. Keep going, music, keep going. Keep going. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna kill all these rabbits for the sake of the music. Oh my gosh! This is so cool! Can I stay forever?
Don't you just love books? I absolutely adore them. They've taught me so much. Don't tell anyone, but
They also taste delicious. Oh, reading way! Such a fascinating apparatus. Though, it's hard to believe it could house so many crew members. Even so, there's nothing else here to suggest other types of accommodation. Yeah, these houses look cool. I only saw them from a distance, but their fur was brown, if that helps at all. Their fur was brown, if that helps at all. Yes, Thancred, that helped loads.
I must have dozed off. What was it that I was supposed to be doing again?
Tipper Loporrits. There we go.
The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system.
Yeah.
Only the crispiest, cleanest air for the people of Etheris, and that's a promise. Leader? No. Sleeping Way, my job is... Perhaps I'd better ask.
Is there a library? Oh, there he is. He's literally like right here. He's over. He looks so. Look at him. He's overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed by the cuteness. Look at this man. The Loporrits all appear to have set about their tasks. Whither is their leader, I wonder?
What? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told?
Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. Were you the one giving orders? Yes.
What was that supposed to be? You're humming? If one can even call it that, it's atrociously off-key.
Rude.
It should sound more like this.
Oh my gosh!
As leader of the Loporrits, I cannot allow substandard attempts at musicality to go unremarked, even if you are a guest. But being the magnanimous sort that I am, I'll forgive you this once.
Well, looks like you beat us here.
Your friends, I take it? Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children? What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter, you needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back toward the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but there's the large glowing ball at the center. If you should find yourselves lost, I shall gather the others and meet you there.
Well then, back to the upper floor it is.
Oh my! But isn't this exciting? I've never seen one of your kind up close before. Would you mind if I take some measurements of your body? Just for reference, of course.
'Tis astounding how the Loporrits, despite their diminutive stature, are able to maintain such gargantuan facilities. Given their size, getting from one end of this place to the other must be exhausting. Honestly, don't know how they do it. The etheric composition and density of the sphere is quite similar to the crystalline concepts we've seen before. It likely shares their capacity for storing memories and knowledge. Hey, Mapping Way.
Visitors, at last welcome!
それでは改めて自己紹介をさせていただきますわ。私はリビングウェイ。月のクルーとして創造されたレポリットたちを統括し、アーテリスの皆様を快適な宇宙の旅にお連れするのが役目。いわばハイデリン様にこの計画を託されたものですわ。
Oh my gosh,
ハイ
she's
デ
so
リン
cute.
様の右腕と呼んでいただいても結構ですのよ。
I'm her right paw. I love it.
僕はマッピングウェイ。星の海の航海士だよ。よろしくね。
I love them so much. I love them so much.
ああ、丁寧に挨拶してもらったところすまないんだが、状況がまだよく飲み込めてなくてな。
Just accept it, Thancred.
無理もありませんわ。でも大丈夫。あなた方が来た理由にはおおむね察しがついています。おそらく地上の人はゾディアークを壊してしまうような危険因子をついに止められなくなった。それで取り急ぎすぐに動けるあなた方のような子供を私たちのところへ使わしたのでしょ。心配せずとも私が1から10まで説明して差し上げますわ。こちらがアーテリスと月です。
Atheris is how they pronounce it in Japanese.
ゾディアークが消滅したことにより補強されていた天脈の流れが減衰。
Okay.
アーテリスは近いうちに終末に見舞われ、すべての命が滅んだ死の星となるでしょう。
Bruh. Well, that's not scary at all.
その話は月の監視者からも伺いました。あなた方レポリットから見ても終末の到来は回避できないものなのですか？
無理ですわね。アー テリスは今収穫された人参と同じだと思ってくださいませ。それも暑いところに放置されてるやつですわ。
Okay. They eat
どうやっても
carrots.
腐るでしょう。願おうが祈ろうが腐らない説を提唱しようが事実としてダメになる。
What are the people in Charlian doing?
こうなってはもう一刻も早くアーテリスから逃げ出すよりないですわ。
そのための船として月を使うと。
Whoa.
地上からかき集められるだけの生命や物資をこの月に運び入れた後、
Whoa.
アーテリスを離れ移住できる他の星を目指して旅立ちます。
Whoa.
星と星は距離がとても離れているものなのですが、月には長年コツコツと作り続けてきた跳躍航行装置というものが搭載されています。
Yo.
それを使えばさほどお待たせせずに到着できるかと。
すごいわね。私たちの知識では想像すらできない領域の技術だわ。
ハイデリン様から託された知識と理論を実践したまでですわ。
I'm trying to piece together what old Charlian's doing now.
あの方はベーネスという名の人であった頃、世界の構造を解き明かさんとしていたそうです。月の監視者を名乗っている彼も、まあここにいるのは再現体ですが研究仲間だったとか。
Oh, okay.
彼らの知識を織り込んで私たちは月と共に作られたのですわ。
お前たちが見かけ以上に優秀なのはよくわかった。それで移住できる星とやらに当てはあるのか？
But that's taking everyone off of the planet.
いくつかはあるけど星の状況も変わっていくものだからね。跳躍航行は連続して使えるものじゃないし、当たりの星にたどり着くまで場合によっては長期戦になるかも。
もちろんそうなることも想定して月自体も地上の生命が居住できるように改造してあります。協力者が地上の情報をくださったおかげで何一つ不便のない素敵空間に仕上がったと自負していますわ。
協力者？
Charlian? I bet it's from Charlian. Old Charlian?
あなた方のことですわよ。私たちが定期点検で目覚めるのに合わせて現世生命についての資料を送ってくださったでしょ。
This is 100% Charlian. Well, why wouldn't they say anything?
ああ、あなた方はまだ小さな子供だからご存知ないのかしら。
Or not? I don't know. Still trying to piece this
悪
together.
い。さっきから訂正し損ねてたんだが、俺たちはれっきとした聖人だ。それからおそらくその協力者とやらでもないな。
じゃあなぜここへ？ハイデリン様に直接導かれたと？そうでしたの。嫌ですわ。私ったら早とちりを。でもその小ささで大人のふりをするのはさすがに無理がありましてよ。
確か
I like the
に
sound.
古代の人と比べると小柄でしょうけれど、現代においてはこれで十分大人のサイズよ。
みんな監視者と同じくらいではないんですの？
Nope.
人が小さくなったなんてそんなことどこにも書いてなかったはず。
おや、そちらの本は？
協力者から最初に送られてきた資料の一つですわ。現在の人についてまとめられたもので、余白のページには学んだことを書き込むといいと。ですから
how long ago
人
was
に
this?
ついて学んだことは全部こちらにまとめて。
How long ago was this? Living Way?
これも私たちに合わせてくれたわけではなく、今の人が扱っている大きさそのまま。
I love them.
もしもしビルディングウェイ。そう、私ですわ。
I love the little baby avatar. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much.
人の居住設備を今すぐに3分の1ほどのサイズに作り変えてくださいませ。
What the scale?
どこまで？全部ですわ、全部。大至急、急いで速やかに手早くお願いいたします。
とりあえずその協力者についてもう少し教えてもらいたいんだが。
Yes, please do.
その情報をお渡しする前にそちらも情報提供を。私たちの持っている人の情報に相違があったら大惨 じですわ。
Oh, this music is so freaking good!
Oh dear. I certainly hope Building Way can complete the renovations before more guests arrive. Or perhaps he should leave them as they are. That way you'd have more space to lounge about.
Right then.
Now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us, in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers-to-be. If there's anything at all, that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Best Ways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. Ahem! We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Maybe at the Caratorium. Caratorium! And we'll see about filling your bellies.
She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Etheris rotting to its core, being a matter of course, is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Loporrits and this vessel. Hast thou spied the peculiar sentinels patrolling the vicinity? Approach them with caution, or better yet, not at all, for they make no distinction between friend or foe. Given their earlier confusion regarding our size, I cannot help but wonder if they even know the first thing about us. Am I the only one who suspects we're not going to find anything edible whatsoever? Cooking Way!
You're a lot smaller than we expected, but I trust you still have large appetites, yes? Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way, pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything if you like.
These steps are huge, man. Bruh. I'd like to see Ishtalar Thancred try to get up the Orionji get up these. Carrots. Of course they're carrots. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. The unassuming orange carrot, the peculiar-looking blue carrot, the vibrant yellow carrot, the ominous crimson carrot. Take a moment to reconsider. I'll go with the peculiar-looking blue carrot. The blue variety is strangely supple to the touch and smells vaguely of mint. Its excessive length and girth. Excessive length and girth? Really, Square? Really, Koji? Only adds the dubiousness of this so-called carrot. Let me see what the other ones say. While it has no peculiar smell to speak of, the yellow variant is unusually light and springy. These qualities together with its excessive length and girth all this length and girth would lead anyone to question whether it is indeed a carrot. Ominous crimson carrot. The soft texture and redolent aroma of this crimson creation belie its staggering weight. The excessive length and girth only compound the mystery, leaving you perplexed as to the nature of this carrot. From frond to tip. From frond to tip. No scratches or blemishes mar this immaculate specimen. Nevertheless, if not for its excessive length and girth, one might think it was an ordinary carrot. I'm going with the blue one. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it's safe to eat first. Aww. Oh, it's in my key items, huh? No, it's not. Oh no, it is. Even Vieira are like to swoon. Even Vieira are like to swoon at the sight of so grand a carrot. That or be offended by all those who assume that they would. They're not talking about carrots. They're not talking about carrots, guys.
I'm eager to hear what you think of our work. I'm sure there's some small room for improvement, but I'm confident you'll be satisfied.
Why do you think we eat girthy, long and girthy carrots? What did the Amarotines eat? And why were they all lengthy and girthy? I have like this whole fan fiction happening in my head now with all of the ancients.
So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering?
Obscenely large carrot.
Ah yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think.
Oh. I gotta eat it. What is this X pack? With great trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. You are taken by surprise when blue juices burst forth from the carrot and dribble down your chin. What is this? What is this? As you take your second bite, you can feel your mental faculties sharpening. Your mind opens to the universe, and for a brief moment, the mysteries of existence are simple, transformative truths. But the revelation is fleeting. When you at last finish the carrot, a sweet yet sour aftertaste lingers on your tongue, and the number 42 in your mind. Number 42 in your mind? Philosophers, that's a philosopher's carrot? Yo, why did the blue juices dribble down my chin, please?
What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The philosopher's carrot improves mental fortitude, something of a shock at first bite, but it's well worth the enhanced power of cognition. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion.
This is cool. These carrots are extraordinary, but what if I don't like carrots? I can certainly see demand for this in Charleon 110%. Wait, so it is...
Charleon? What in blazes is that?
I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and naught else? If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and food you can emulate.
Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for the encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. These are all from old Charleon. Are they just sending it out into space? Has to be. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food.
But where's there's fun in, like, putting your fork or your chopsticks into some, like, noodles, or, like, your spoon into some pho and then slurping the soup. There's perfection and variety, Living Way. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? Sorry, I'm very passionate about food, okay?
You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production?
A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it?
Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the old tongue. You know, the otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watchers speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful?
Oh, that's cute. No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary?
When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway.
I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu.
Hungry for more carrots? Fear not, you can eat to your heart's content after you've seen the rest of Best Ways Burrow.
Why does this make me think Best Buy? While I'm sure Loporrits would hop at the chance to expound upon carrots in exhaustive detail, perhaps it's time we moved on. I hate to admit it, but I rather like the carrots. Of course you do, Thancred.
I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way.
Oh, your clothes are probably going to be too big. Do you suppose the clothes they prepared will be as grossly oversized as the carrots? Probably. Garments born of the heavens, crafted with methods ancient and forgotten, dress befitting we who walk in shade, stewards of the esoteric. It's hardly sun-silk tapestries, but perhaps we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized aether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we needed.
My, how resourceful.
Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume, this has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers, and they will see to the rest.
Oh boy.
Ah, it's you! One of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. All right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today?
An outfit that embodies my bloodlust. Something simple yet functional. A fashionable and refined ensemble. Well, I'm Reaper right now, so let's go for an outfit that embodies my bloodlust.
Embodies your what? Ahem, this will only take a moment.
I'm curious as to what outfit.
There we are, all finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. I would be lying if I said I understood what bloodlust is, but I assume it's something you enjoy. I made certain the clothes are flexible yet sturdy, enough to endure whatever it is you plan to do while wearing them.
Is it the same outfit for all of them?
Would you look at that, speechless? And there I thought you might not like it. If you've a mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisan? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige.
Must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. Change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garments. Oh.
No. One said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You want to try my clothes, really? Of course it would be my honor. Do you have anything in mind?
You got anything with a little more flair? I'm looking for clothes with an altogether different design. Surprise me! Different design.
I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do.
Oh. Oh my.
Some of my best work yet! You're a strange one, aren't you? I honestly wasn't sure what to do when you didn't ask for anything specific. I take my work seriously, however, and I am never one to disappoint. That ensemble is a blend of concepts from myriad professions, all-purpose attire for the modern woman of Theris. I was worried how the concept would turn out when you put it to the proof, but it looks stunning on you.
Does it? Does it?
Won't you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with.
Let's have a look.
My, don't we look splendid?
Do we really?
The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh.
Did she just go like that? Shh.
You needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we Loporrits in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations.
I have to see what the others are wearing. Please. 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 Oh. Oh my gosh. 30 grand! Why am I kind of digging this? They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, 'tis an ensemble. What is the green? Green is my favorite color, and I gotta say, I don't actually mind this. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. He likes it, doesn't he? I think it's past time we return these clothes.
I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watchers taught us that, in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but...
Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Theris, they will most certainly have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spare no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by tradition or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences.
I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tone we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own.
There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. Is this plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well?
Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Theris, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all.
I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have leave to explore Bestway's burrow unattended? You have given us much to think about.
Why, certainly.
Until later, then. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer.
Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we?
Who this? Who is this fidgeting Loporrito? Oh, Loporrito.
My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Theris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Theris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait. You still haven't visited the
domiciles.
Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon, hey Growing Way. You're here, you're really here. Thank you so much, sorry, what should I call you?
Zordia.
Zordia Dume? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Zordia, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
それでは起動しますね。
I didn't realize this was a teleporter.
なに居住区は建て替えのため臨時封鎖中。転移先を自動変更。
Where did you send me? Oh.
それで私に話とは。
Oh, are we hearing? Oriange, are you being sus again? Oriange?
本当はこんなことを聞きたくはないのですが、きちんと明らかにしておかなければなりませんわ。私たちが作っていた環境は人にとって不満足なものだったのでしょう。
Aww.
それは。
お仲間の反応を見ればわかりますわ。何が悪いのかはわかりませんが、わからないからこそダメなのでしょうね。
Oh, they did their best. Oh, they're cute.
私たちの至らぬ点は改められるように善処します。ですが、それを待っていていただく時間はないのです。こうしている間にも終末の時が近づいてきている。それが始まってしまったらもう皆様をお助けできないのですわ。アーテリスの皆様には気に入ってくれなくてもいいから月に乗ってほしい。そのためにお願いがあるのです。あなたにだけ協力者の情報をお伝えしますので、先に地上へ戻り彼らと共に人を導いていただけませ
I
んか。
bet you it's Charlie Ann. I bet you.
月は素晴らしい場所だったと、何も不安はないから早く避難するようにと皆様に伝えてほしいのですわ。
どうして
I could be wrong.
それを
I
私
could be
に。
completely off, but
あなたはあまり不満そうにしていなかったから、いえ、不満に思っていたのかもしれませんが、あえて意を唱えずにいてくれたのではと思ったのですわ。
Aww.
それは終末の危険性を理解した証。全てを完璧に救えずとも生かせるものを生かす選択を良しとしてくださるはずだと踏んだのです。
また何かの犠牲を選べと。
Not alone.
私はそれほどに。
No, we are here.
ウリエンジェさん、
いえ、大丈夫です。あなた方の考えはよくわかりました。私は。
うわー、すみませんでした。
This is so cute.
これはちょっとした手違いで、私居住区が工事中だなんて知らなくてですね。はい。
Oh, it's okay.
とりあえずご無事でよかったというか、なんというか、本当に申し訳ございませんでした。
It's okay. Rianche's putting the burden on himself again? Again?
Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Feel like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that people of Etheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Caratorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the burrow. Follow me. Good you're here. Through this door is the greatest End's Veil. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain, this way? So what do you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant, simply sublime?
Couldn't see the forest or the trees. I didn't see any. Wait, you mean those crystals out there are... Tis as transcendent as burying your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff.
Right you are. Our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest on Aetheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with the fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch in a spot of relaxation whenever I come here. You look like you could do with the stretch yourself.
I could use a stretch.
That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we, maybe? You will? Oh, be still, my quavering whiskers.
Growing Way is now accompanying me. Hey!
I was thinking, Zordia, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. Sounds impressive. I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take.
6,000 years?
But anyway, let's keep going. What? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with the crystals on Aetheris, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements.
Oh.
Wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidelin's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetheris. A conjuring of fire would soon dry your clothes and singe them. For example, put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check.
Thanks, Growing Way.
This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when the bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetheris, the Elegant's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how relieved we were when Heidelin informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres.
Okay.
Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. A sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvatures. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. There was something else I wanted to ask you about. Oh right. The propulsion system and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Atheris. Why not go and visit Atheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Atheris who we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we maintained asleep, and waited, hopeful Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens, and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like Greatest Endsville. I knew it! Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me.
Aw, there you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour. Shame we missed it.
Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential district area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly. Your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way.
Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? I know that Orange's being sus again and trying to shoulder everything on his shoulders. They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this. The appointment of our fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still, it remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. That's why they're not telling anyone. It's frickin' Charlie! I know it's Charlian! Indeed. Even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Come on, 1 + 1 is 2. I'm waiting. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Oh my gosh, Riante. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you will excuse me. He needs to stop shouldering everything himself. Huh. What do you suppose has suddenly tickled his fancy? It is clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for evacuation of Atheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. The final days will make brave fools of us all.
I said, welcome to my world.